In the on-site setting, we oftentimes need to measure hand forces involved in torque applications. In this instance, I have a standard socket that will require a relatively small amount of hand force, but in larger industrial facilities, you may have very large DC powered torque tools or other pieces of equipment that require relatively high levels of torque. Keep in mind, torque is measured usually in Newton meters or foot-pounds, so you may need to convert it into linear force numbers or just take a direct force measurement using a standard force gauge. When applying the force gauge, you want to always make sure you apply it at the point in which the center of the palm meets the tool, not necessarily at the very end of the tool itself, because the actual line of force being applied is through the center of the hand. This could involve using a standard pinch gauge pressed up against the edge of the handle. It could be a normal push-pull force gauge like the baseline gauge we saw in the other video, or it could even be a standard grip dynamometer hooked around the edge of the torque tool. Make sure that you measure the peak force at its highest point, because at times there may be a point in the arc of motion of the tool where the torque could be much higher than it is at other points. As with all job analysis, make sure that you have the start and finish positions both in the horizontal and vertical planes when measuring a torque application.